Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? What is going on? How is everybody? Hopefully you're well. Welcome back. Starting up a brand new streaming week. That is right. Today is the start of a brand new slew of streams. In particular, this week it will be 6 straight days of streaming. I hope that you're all well. I hope you had a good day away yesterday. As you know, yesterday was my day away from streaming for the week. And, man. Some people have already asked me, how was your day off? Well, I'll be honest with you. It was good, but it was incredibly hectic. It was actually a case where, last week, my day off was very relaxing. I didn't have any obligations. Kat and I just basically kind of went around and had some fun and relaxed. This week was the complete polar opposite of that. This week, I had a ton of stuff I needed to do on my day off. It had all accumulated up over the course of the week, so we were running all over the place, to and fro. We had, multiple appointments and things we had to do all in the day. And those days, I'll be honest, they're nice to be with my wife all day, but they're very hectic. And, we get home, and it's like we don't feel like we had, like, a day of any kind of relaxation or anything. It was just like, running around so much. It could be pretty annoying, quite frankly. But, not that I'm complaining. Having the day off is good. I am excited to be back for this week. As you know, this week we've got a good variety of stuff coming up, including not only continuing on with all the current playthroughs, but we got Ask the King finally coming up here after a couple months away. I hope you guys are excited for that. That's actually tomorrow. So you will see periodically over the course of the day the link for Ask the King popping up in the stream chat to post up your questions. This would be your last opportunity to do so, because Ask the King is tomorrow. Just a reminder that the show will start later than a usual stream. My morning streams usually start, the stream turns on around 10:15, then we start pre-stream around 10:45. That will not start until almost noonish Pacific time, because it's a 3-hour Q&A show. I take some opportunity in the mornings to review all of your questions that you guys have been posting up and pick the best ones and get some nice, fun, intelligent answers for you to those questions. Okay, so because of that, FYI, be expectant that the show starts later. Okay, I don't want people showing up at 10 in the morning like, where's Phil? Oops, here way too early. Okay. So, let's talk about a lot of stuff, that's going on. Let's talk about the schedule, first of all, so you guys know exactly what to expect with the schedule, shall you? Okay, so today, first stream back from break, it's time for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot to continue. And we are in the midst of intermission between the major story arcs of the game. What I was doing was taking my opportunity to do as many of the side content quests as available, including using Shenron to summon back some of the villains that we've already killed to fight them again and be able to get their character medals, or what is it called? Community board medals, to level up and get new abilities in that regard, more buffs and the like. That's been fun. And also leveling up our characters, doing training. I think we actually have possibly a couple more trainings to do. I'm not 100%. We're going to check first thing here today on the stream to see, is there any training remaining, because we're about to head into the next story arc, the third story arc, the Android Saga. Of course, the Android Saga, a lot of people consider the Android Saga separate from the Cell Saga. I think that it's kind of weird because of the way that the way that the anime did it was that, you started off with a saga that was all about the androids, an entire season that was all about the androids. The next thing you know, an entire another season pops up that's about Cell, and the Cell games. So I guess we'll see how they do it in the game. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the anime, because the game's been very accurate to the anime up to now, with a few filler arcs that have been cut out. I'm pretty frustrated. There's no Cell Jr. saga, at least yet. They haven't done Cell Jr. Excuse me, not Cell Jr. Garlic Jr. Garlic Jr., my favorite saga of all of Dragon Ball. I'm actually kidding. It's one of the worst filler sagas ever made. It was a 100% filler saga for the anime. it was between the time when they were doing the major sagas and they wanted to have more filler episodes, so they basically invented a crappy mini saga in this the Garlic Jr. saga. It was really stupid. Okay? So, that's gonna, today we're gonna be basically starting up with the intermission between the sagas, trying to finish that up, and hopefully today we get into the Androids saga, which in my opinion is the best saga of the whole show. I like the Android saga because it starts off as one thing, then there's a plot twist, and it's another thing, and then there's a plot twist, and it's another thing, and that's what I like. There's like multiple twists. It's not just straightforward, heroes fighting villains, and we fight for 5 million episodes or anything like that. That was pretty much what the Frieza saga was you keep thinking, here's another villain, here's another villain, here's another villain. And then all of a sudden the heroes power up, they fight the villains, very straightforward. Android saga is very different than that, okay? So that should be pretty cool. I hope that you guys are excited for this today. Alright? So 4 hours of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot here on the stream. Later tonight, it's a continuation of my Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island playthrough. A game that has been much more challenging than I remember it being when I originally played this game in the 90s. In fact, at this point, I think I'm further in the game than I ever got in the 90s because I'm not really remembering anything that I'm doing in the game anymore. So I get the feeling I never beat it. Even though I thought I did, I get the feeling I never beat this game in the 90s. I thought I had, but I'm not recalling half the shit I'm doing in the game. So, that's tonight. Late night stream around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. 2 hours of Super Mario World 2 fun. Tomorrow it's Ask the King, as I've already mentioned, so that means no gameplay on the first stream tomorrow. Instead, it will be the Q&A show. I'm sure you guys will have lots of questions to ask. It should be a great show, so please post them up on the forums. And again, that starts later than usual, okay? Tomorrow night's late stream will be the continuation of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And you might be saying, wait a minute, that's been a main gameplay stream ever since you started the playthrough several weeks ago. Why is this all of a sudden becoming a nighttime stream? And the answer is very matter-of-fact for you, because I don't want to miss out on a session playing it. And we have Ask the King for the first stream, so the only way to fit it in is to do the night stream. Okay, so we're doing that. It's going to be a 2-hour night stream tomorrow night of Knights of the Old Republic. I hope you'll join me for that. Friday, it will be the continuation of Donkey Kong 64. Okay? At this point, I finally finished up in the desert area. We're going to finally either go back to the first world and do all the stuff that now we can unlock with Tiny and with Lanky Kong, or we can go to the third world. I don't know what I should do. Kind of on the fence about it. I guess we'll think about it and maybe take input from people and see what they want. But that'll be Friday. Friday night, my weekly session of Throwback Street Fighter, which I hope you guys enjoy a lot. So that will be Friday night. Saturday, we'll swing back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for another 4 hours. By then, I'm thinking we'll be full on, head on into the Android Saga. Non-stop action and fun, so hopefully you'll be here for that. Saturday night, we're going to do my weekly Pokemon Sword session, where my goal is to evolve Pokemon, catch Pokemon, breed Pokemon, and fill the Pokedex. Last week was a very productive session. We had over 10 Pokemon added to the Pokedex. This week I'm let's try that again. This week I'm hoping for just as many. We're over 350 now. So we have less than 50 Pokemon left to catch and or get into the Pokedex before we have 100% completed it. So pretty awesome. All right? Pretty awesome. We are getting there. Sunday will be a full stream of Knights of the Old Republic. All right? And at that point, I'm not sure how much is left because from what I understand, at this point in the game, we're heading to the only planet that we haven't gone to yet. So I don't know how much more is actually realistically left in the game or not. I don't know if there's like a final world that unlocks after you do all the other ones. I don't know. But I get the feeling we are approaching the end of the game at this point. We do have all the party members unlocked finally. So, and then Sunday night, the continuation of my Doom 2 playthrough. I started this up last week as an actual major playthrough, and the people who were there for it, although it wasn't a ton, seemed to like it and said, wow, this is fun, this is interesting and different, and it's a good lead-in for the Doom Eternal playthrough later this year in March. So yes, please keep doing it, so I will, okay? And then on Monday, you know, back to Donkey Kong 64 and my weekly Minecraft chill stream. So that's the deal. Okay, that's the week. That's the streaming week. So good variety. All the 3 of the major games continuing. Ask the King. And every night a different kind of late night chill stream. So another week of tons of variety for all of you. I hope you guys are liking the content. You guys seem to be telling me that you do. Okay, good stuff, right? Good stuff. Thank you for being here for my first day back from break, and hopefully you guys have fun here on today's stream. As you know, with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you know, unless we're in the midst of a huge story portion, there's a lot of downtime. So, hey, interaction, guys. Let's talk. Let's hang out. You want to talk a little bit about what's been going on? You know, feel free. There's actually a few things that have happened in gaming that I'm curious if you guys are even interested on my take on it. So I'll be happy to talk about that stuff today. Okay? Good stuff. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Outside of all that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything, any impending news or whatever? Oh, yes. So I have one thing to talk about. This coming week, there's supposedly a new game. All right. It's called, oh God, what's it called? Now I forgot. Dawn of Fear or something like that. It's supposed to be a survival horror game coming out in the next week. I believe it comes out on February 3rd. Now, it's not a ginormous title with a bunch of budget or whatever. It's a discounted survival horror game. That could be very hit or miss. As you know, if we've tried survival horror games over the years, I'm interested in it. But I don't know a lot about it. It's been brought to my attention that it exists, and since people like to see me play survival horror games, I might want to play it. So what I would say is this. We're going to continue with the schedule like I just described to all of you, okay? If you think about it, this would be Tuesday when the game comes out, when I'll be off anyway. When I come back from break, if people are saying, man, I'd really like to see you play that, all right, then I would consider doing it if the game comes out and is actually good and people think that watching me play it would be entertaining. If the game comes out and is a stinking piece of turd, you know, who knows with these indie games at this point, then obviously I'm not interested in playing it. I'm trying to go with good games. But it intrigues me because, you know, the survival horror people really like to see me play survival horror style games. So we'll see how it goes. All right. We'll see how it goes. In addition, you know, it also going to depend on how things go with these playthroughs this week. Like, for example, if I'm getting near the end of, say, Knights of the Old Republic or Donkey Kong, which I doubt I'm going to be near the end of Donkey Kong. I just started it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm getting near the end of one of those games, there's probably a higher chance that I would check that game out versus if we're in the midst of long playthroughs and doesn't look like there's any, you know, any end in sight for any of the games anytime soon, then maybe I won't, you know, we'll think about it. It's definitely a consideration. And it's more on, you know, if the game comes out and ends up being good and it's something you guys would like to see me do. So be sure to let me know if this is something you're really interested in. I'd be more than happy to check it out, you know, next week if it ends up being something good. Okay? Good stuff? Okay. Excellent. All right, let's move on to the second segment of the stream, the gratuitous plugs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for 11 years allowing me to be a content creator on the internet and on a daily basis sharing my gameplay experiences with you. As you know, I've been a lifetime gamer, and gaming has always been my hobby. And when I was able to make this into my job many years ago, back in 2011, I felt that I was incredibly, incredibly lucky. And I still feel to this day, the fact that you guys still care about my opinions, the fact that you want to come and hang out with me on a daily basis and have a good time on my streams when it comes to gaming is a pretty amazing thing. I realize that I am one of the luckiest people on planet Earth because I get to do what I love for a living, all right? That being said, the road certainly has not been a smooth one. It's been very bumpy, ups and downs. I used to be a YouTuber full-time, had to convert to being a full-time streamer 3 years ago, and now I rely pretty much almost solely on your crowdfunding contributions during the live streams, okay? It's really you guys coming and watching the streams and then contributing during a stream that really allows me to keep doing this. I hope that you guys appreciate the 6 days a week that I do this full time and that you like the fact that I still upload these videos to YouTube over on DSPGaming, despite the fact I get pretty much nothing out of it because YouTube ad revenue has plummeted so much that it's pretty much abysmally non-existent at this point, okay? So, thank you all for the years of support. All right? If you like what I do and you want to see this, you want to see this continue. I combined two words prematurely. If you want to see this continue, then please consider one of the ways that I'm about to explain to you or describe to you as a way that you can contribute and keep stuff going. All right, now, but before we get to that, very important to understand something, everybody. This is not about the money. This is something that I have a passion for. This is something that I love doing, and I made gameplay videos for YouTube for 2.5 years before I ever monetized them. I would continue to stream, even if I couldn't make money doing it. Certainly it would be in a much decreased capacity, but I would still continue to stream. Why? Because I love this. Gaming is my passion. It's what I've done the majority of my life as my hobby, and I love it. So please understand, it's not about the money. And if you come by the stream here today and you can't contribute in any way, I don't want you to feel pressured, or I don't want you to feel like you're the odd man out, because contributions are not mandatory on my streams. It's all about hanging out and having a good time and having fun and having a nice chill vibe. You know, that's what it's all about. It's not about the money. The money comes secondary to me. It's awesome that I can make a living doing this. I never expected to do so. Remember, I fell into this accidentally when my actual office job laid me off way back when. And the rest is history, right? So please understand that and know that I'm incredibly grateful for anyone who goes above and beyond and considers contributing to my streams. With that being said, let's talk about some of the ways you can contribute to the stream. First of all, it's the 29th of January. That means you only have 2 days left in this month in order to pledge to my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil and get in on the monthly perks that you would receive if you were a patron of mine. Thanks to anyone who is a current patron. Many of my long-standing viewers and fans are. If you head over to the website, you'll see all the details on the things that you can receive as perks for pledging. In fact, one of the perks that you can get is to be sure to get your question answered on my Ask the King Q&A show in a very detailed way. You know, a lot of people will ask me a question on a stream, and I'll spend a minute or two, answering, and then that's it. We're on to the next. On Ask the King, if you ask me a question like this, I'm going to give you a very detailed answer, so you're going to be sure to get, your money's worth, per se. It's one of the very few ways you can actually get me to go into detail on something. So check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Thank you guys very much to anyone who is actually considering pledging. And thanks to anyone who is an ongoing pledgee. It's all appreciated. Thank you. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of merchandise, primarily t-shirts. But there's other things there like sweatshirts and hoodies and mugs, etc. Good quality stuff. If you buy anything from there, you help me out, and you get a cool collectible out of it, so please give it a look. In addition to that, right here on the live stream, there's an opportunity for all of you to get a live shout-out for your contributions, okay? So if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to my channel, or you tip me during today's live stream, I'm going to give you a shout-out as long as the message that you send me is in line with the rules of the stream, which we'll talk about shortly. By the way, I should mention this. The rules of the stream are publicly listed below the stream on my Twitch page. I don't really mention that much anymore, but give them a look. Give them a little perusal, especially if you're someone new to the stream, just to know what they are and that they exist. We're going to review a few of those in just a moment, okay? But, yes, I will give you a live shout-out. I'm grateful for all your contributions. Thank you for even considering contributing. We also have a stream stats leaderboard that's at the top of the screen. This tracks things like the top cheerer of the stream and the top tipper of the stream. So it's a way for you to get even more recognition for your contributions. And then in addition to that, we actually have 2 leaderboards that are integrated into the Twitch chat because they're actually part of Twitch itself. One is the top cheerers of the week, and one is the top sub gifters of the week. So I will also read those out in just a moment to give recognition to everyone. So many ways to get involved, many ways to get recognition for all of your contributions, guys, okay? Please consider, and thank you for even doing so. Now, I just mentioned many ways to contribute. And you might say, well, that's all well and good, but what the hell is the best way to contribute? You just told me so many ways, I don't even know what to do, right? The best way to contribute would be by tipping me. When you tip me, those are funds I get immediately. Those are funds I can use right away for things like buying games, paying bills, etc. Being very matter of fact and honest with all of you, this week is going to be one of the toughest financial weeks for me in a while. I have to unload my bank account to pay back taxes, which I actually just did, and it's in process right now, which means I will have $0 to my name because everything has to go to pay these payments. So whatever I make this week in tips, that's what I use for things like grocery bill or utilities, all that stuff that I need to pay within the next couple of weeks before I get paid by Twitch again. It's going to be reliant on your tips. So please consider tipping me. If you have the choice to say, oh man, I'd like to contribute, what's the best way? Tipping is definitely the best way. All right. Tipping is the way to go. Please consider tipping me on today's stream if you can. All right. That being said, I'm still happy for any other contributions I get. The thing is, those have some processing time before I see a positive benefit. All right. And that's why I would prefer tipping. But hey, anything is great. Okay. Now, some things about tipping. How do you do it? If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat to bring up a link. Either way, you'll end up on my PayPal tips page. If you are going to tip me, please know it is not required that you have a registered PayPal account. That is a misconception. You can actually just use a debit or credit card, much like any other payment you would make on the internet. However, that option may not be readily apparent and available to you when you just go to the page, because a lot of people use mobile devices, right? Like a phone or a tablet or whatever, smart device. And the PayPal site only loads that option to give a tip with a debit or credit card if you're using the full desktop version of the site. So either try to load that on your device, which some devices can do. If not, I recommend you try to use a desktop computer if you're looking to tip me and you can't use a registered PayPal account. You don't want to go through that hassle, all right? But that option is available to you. Just want to throw that out there because some people ask me, okay? Now, one of the things I definitely want to say is that I look out for you guys, and I want you to be protected, and I want you to be safe. So I will just say this right now. Please be careful about what you do in regards to information you put out there on the internet and being harassed as a result of it, all right? So a lot of people don't realize the amount of information, the sheer amount of information we put out there on the internet just because of things like social media and the like, right? If you got a Facebook account, you got an Instagram account, you got a Snapchat account, you got a Twitter account, and you're putting stuff up on there, right? Just think of the stuff you put up there. Maybe places you go to eat, places you hang out, where you work, right? Your coworkers, your loved ones, your family members may be like, associated on there. That's a lot of information. And that information can be effectively utilized against you. And you might be saying, well, I don't understand why anyone would use that against me. What's the big deal about me? I'm nobody, right? Who would want to attack me? The point of the matter is there is no point to it. People who do this kind of stuff generally are pretty messed up in the head. They don't have good lives. They have pretty much, nothing positive to cling on to. So what they do is they try to negatively affect other people because they feel that gives them some kind of worth. It makes them feel like I'm alive and I can actually affect someone, whether it's negatively or not. You know what I mean? They do this for a way for them to get some kind of feeling of recognition. Even to someone anonymous who they don't even know, you know what I mean? They'll still do it. So please understand that. It's not like they get any personal benefit out of messing with you. They'll do it just to do it. So the reason I bring this up is, some people will go out here and, I'm going to contribute to a streamer. But then they use their real name, or they use a name that's exactly the same name as something that they use on their social media account. Okay? They don't realize how that could come back to bite them. All right? Someone could find all your information. Next thing you know, they're harassing you. They're harassing your loved ones. They're all over your social media. You don't want that. Okay? So please understand that. Please do what you can to protect your identity. In particular, if you are going to tip me today, I strongly recommend one of two things. You can either just say anonymous, therefore no one would know that a tip is coming from you. They'd never be able to associate that with your account or anything like that. Or you can make up a completely unrelated name to who you are. You just, make up a silly name. No one will know that it's you. That way no one can try to harass you over it, okay? So just throwing that out there. Please be diligent. Please be careful. There's a lot of people out there who like to harass other people, and I don't want to see that happen to my viewers, okay? All right, so that was the gratuitous plug segment. We can now move on to the rules segment, everyone. This is the segment where we're going to review the rules of the stream so you know a little bit about what's going on. First of all, I'm streaming on twitch.tv, and that means I need to abide by all the rules and regulations of that business, and therefore please understand that I can't just say and do whatever I want on my streams. I got to do what's in accordance with their rules, okay? But in addition to that, I have my own rules that I follow. In essence, here's my philosophy when it comes to streaming, okay? I like to maintain a chill atmosphere and vibe around my streams so that when you come by and you hang out with me, basically the truth of the matter is I want you to be relaxed. I want you to not feel stressed out because of what's going on possibly behind the scenes in your real lives or whatever is going on, that's causing you angst, stress, annoyance, etc. I want you to come here to kind of relax and get a release from all of that. Escape all of that, right? So that means that I want to keep you in a relaxing mood. I don't want to have people be inundated with arguments and drama and all kinds of nasty negative stuff. So there's 2 general rule sets that I follow here on my streams that I feel definitely abide by all those rules. And I think that we should follow those philosophies, shall we? All right. So the first is, please know that there are 2 topics that I feel are very, very, how can I say? They cause a lot of arguments. They basically make it so that people on a gameplay stream like mine, it's not productive to talk about these topics. People tend to really just get nasty with each other, especially if people disagree on these topics. They don't really do a good job of seeing in another person's shoes or from another perspective. And quite frankly, in the 11 years that I've been a gaming content creator, I've never really found anything positive coming out of discussing these topics on my content. Those topics are politics and religion, all right? If I'm here playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and we're trying to level our characters up and train them, and we're trying to fight against the forces of evil, and then we turn back to the chat, and we see a bunch of people arguing about politics, what's the point? Right? What does that have to do with anything? It's incredibly derailing to the streams. It really has no place on my stream. So we don't allow that discussion because I feel it's too derailing and it's just going to cause too much negativity and arguments. So the only exception to the rule would be if we are playing a game that has topics that are in line with politics or religion, okay, then that's allowed for sure because that's, in line with the game discussion. That's not derailing to the stream. In fact, that's furthering on the discussion of what's going on the stream. That's perfectly fine. But derailing the stream with real life stuff like that, not allowed. Okay. Now, in addition to that, I am well aware that there are many people on the internet who are trying to slander and defame me on a daily basis. It never ends. It doesn't matter what's going on, what day it is, or what's happening. These people are doing this for personal benefit. They found this niche on YouTube that if they insult me or they defame me or they create drama, they get clickbait views on YouTube. It's complete trash. It's completely immoral. It's also illegal because it's defamatory, and defamation is illegal in the United States. However, YouTube decides to not do anything about it, and their attitude is, unless you're going to sue them, we're not going to do anything about it. We don't care. Okay? So, since that's their attitude, there's not much I can do. You guys know my financial position. I am no position to try to sue anybody about anything. It sucks, but that's just reality. These people have basically ridden my coattails for years and years. The only reason they're known on the internet is because of me, and it sucks that they do this on a daily basis. However, I can't do anything about it, nor do I really give a shit anymore. All right? To me, it's kind of like they can all go to hell. They say such ludicrous things on a daily basis that at this point, the only people who would believe it are so brain dead stupid, it doesn't matter. You guys come by and hang out with me on a daily basis on my streams. We have a good time, and we don't bring this crap up, and you notice the streams are fun, right? So that's the deal. I only mention it very shortly on the pre-stream, so you guys know those topics are off limits. We don't need to know about who said what about me today. We don't need to know about who's illegally restreaming me and insulting me, who put out a new drama video about me, what content creator said what. No one gives a flaming turd about it. I certainly don't. We don't need to derail the stream with that crap. So understand it's against the rules. And if you do bring it up, you're going to get moderated because it's derailing the stream, and we don't need to have that toxic shit thrown in here. We don't give a shit about it. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Now, it's time to move on to the third and final segment of the pre-stream. The one I like to call the shout-outs. This is the segment where basically I read out your contributions. We interact a little bit. We have some fun discussion before the gameplay starts. So the hot topics will get discussed and everything before we even get started. All right. So, let's get started, shall we? First of all, I'd like to give a special shout-out to Dark Dole, who resubscribed to the channel for a full year during the day that I was off yesterday. It's awesome that you came by on my day off to resub. Thank you very much for keeping me in mind. We also received, let's see here. I received 2 anonymous cheers overnight. Thank you to whoever that might have been. 2 anonymous cheers. Very appreciated. Thank you very much for that support. Okay? We actually start off today with the Villain X, who resubscribed to the channel for 9 months in a row. Thank you very much to Villain X for 9 months of ongoing support. And he asked the following: what do I think about Drew winning the Royal Rumble? Well, he's talking about Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble. Unexpectedly, no one really was predicting that was going to happen. A lot of people wanted to see him get a push and go over, but no one was really expecting it. I think it was probably one of the better outcomes of the Rumble, simply because he's a up-and-coming talent. He's someone who's kind of paid his dues in the industry, failed once at WWE, left, worked his ass off to rebuild himself, came back, and even being in WWE for like 2 years or so that he's been in it, 3 years or whatever, never really got to the top. They kind of always had him in the interim as a side story or whatever, but never really got anywhere. So, doing what they did, putting him over in the Royal Rumble out of nowhere, basically gives him a giant push. Seeing him versus Brock at WrestleMania, quite frankly, I think is going to be a good match. And I'm excited for this, okay? They could have gone another way. They could have had one of the old dogs win the Royal Rumble, a returning, superstar who was in retirement but comes back out of nowhere, wins the Royal Rumble, surprise. But I think that actually taking a newer talent or someone who deserves it after working their butt off and getting that push and needing it and kind of giving us something new for WrestleMania is what we needed. We didn't want the same old, same old. We wanted something new. And now we're going to get that, and that's a good thing. So, whoever booked the Royal Rumble, that was a good decision in my opinion. And I certainly hope that they go somewhere with this. I think the worst possible case would be basically they build it up and then Drew gets squashed at WrestleMania and the whole thing was pointless, and then after that he gets buried forever. So I hope that's not what they're going with. Because some years WWE does that and it's very disappointing. Like, why did I back this whole thing for months if they were just going to flub it and not care about it? The other thing is, other years they've done really dumb things like, oh look, Batista, who hasn't been in WWE for years, comes back and wins the Royal Rumble out of fucking nowhere, and now we have him in the main event of WrestleMania, even though, no one really cares, So, I'm glad they didn't do that too. It's a good, I like what they did with that outcome, okay? So there you go. Egg Gangster tipped me $2, saying, unban me. I emailed you twice. I want to contribute to the stream and interact. I was a good subscriber. I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. I did not see any emails from you saying, hi, I'm Egg Gangster on Twitch, and I want to be unbanned because I made a mistake. Like, literally, I didn't see that at all. So I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You should probably be sure you're emailing me at the right address, darksidefil@hotmail.com. You should also be sure you're not attaching any files to your emails, because if you do, those are probably going to hit my spam. I don't know why you would attach a file to your email to begin with, but if you do, I'm not going to get it. It's going to hit my spam filter. Yeah. So maybe you're just not sending it to the right place, or it could be that you are attaching files, or it could be that you foolishly didn't even give me all the information, so I don't even know who the hell you are. Okay. So I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. You could always appeal to another mod as well and say, hey, I'm not reaching Phil because someone will review this situation or whatever. Okay? Then we have someone who tipped me $1 and is trying to stir up drama because they're a drama hound, asking me a question that's none of their fucking business. And quite frankly, I'm not playing your game because I'm not a dumbass. So thanks for the $1 tip, but no, I'm not taking the bait, stupid. Alrighty then. None of your business. How about that? Coral Guy has resubscribed for 35 months in a row. Thank you very much, Coral Guy, for 35 months of support. That is amazing. That is outstanding. I thank you very much for that, sir, and it's good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully maybe you'll come and hang out and watch Dragon Ball. I'm not sure if that's what you're here for or not, but I appreciate that. PW Dubs tipped me $1.30 and says, you still feel the way you feel in the copy pasta meme about you getting that 2017 vibe back like you did still feel the vibe now you hit before. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know that I said that. Apparently people are saying I did. I have no idea what that's reference to. I don't know what in the moment of the stream when I said that, what that was supposed to be. I also find it really stupid that people just paste shit that has no meaning. Because if I can't even remember saying it, obviously it wasn't a very meaningful quote. So I have no idea. What I could tell you is this, and I've said this before. I feel that right now, I'm in a very positive place when it comes to my streams. We got more people coming by than ever before who want to have a good time, who want to enjoy themselves, want to chill with me, and just, enjoy games. And it doesn't matter what I'm playing. It seems like I can get people out to hang out with me no matter what. People are very supportive of no matter what I'm doing. That's a great feeling. It's a feeling I did not have back when I was a full-time YouTuber. When I was a full-time YouTuber, it was like, gotta play the big AAA game, gotta play whatever's virally popular, gotta always put out the videos people want because I need those views, need those views, need those views. That's how I used to make my money. It's not like that anymore. Now, it's all about having a good time on stream, and if people seem to have a good time with me, then guess what? The contributions come naturally, and it's not about feeling worried about, you know, that kind of money and shit all the time. So that's what I like about streaming, okay? In particular, I do feel this last year, a lot of people's eyes have been open, realizing I'm not the villain of the internet, and I'm not nearly as bad as people have made me out to be, because it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's people trying to get clickbait views on YouTube and make money off of making fun of me and lying about me, rather than actually having a point. You know, in particular this week with the whole Kobe Bryant thing. That was one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen ever. And there's still dunces and complete brainless, drooling idiots who believe that I did the stuff that people accuse me of doing that never happened on stream. Not a single person who sat on that stream and watched it thinks that that's what happened, because it didn't. But these idiots watch edited videos of stuff out of context and try to believe, oh yeah, I just want to believe the drama because that's what I'm all about. Because you're a boring person. That's the bottom line, is if you love that drama shit, you're a boring ass fucking person, because you got nothing else going on in your life that you think that you have to fabricate drama, and that's what life's all about. It's not. It's about celebrating the positive, having good constructive stuff in your life, not this disgusting toxic shit constantly. And if you like that, you should look in the mirror and try to say, what the hell's wrong with me in my life that this is what I focus on? All right? But that's how these people are, right? That's exactly how these people are. And so, you know, what I would like to say is, I feel that a lot of that stuff is now horse shit, and it doesn't really affect my stuff anymore. Like, I can still come to stream every day and not have to really worry about that nonsense, right? People can say whatever the fuck they want. They're going to do that. But people still come and hang out with me. We still have great streams every day. Okay? So, that's what's awesome about it. Okay? I don't know what the hell this random ass stupid copy pasta quote was that people say. It's stupid. And anyone who does copy pasta like that is stupid anyway. I mean, oh, I must repeat something ad nauseum because everyone else repeats it ad nauseum. So now we have this this feeling of, you know, camaraderie because we all say the same thing. Har, har, har. It's recognition. It's like, yeah, get a life. You know? Seriously, get a fucking life. All right. Continuing on, PW Dub sent me another $1.30. He says, did you know Darkside Phil is not grammatically correct? It should be Darkside Phil with an I. Joking, have a fun stream. Actually, the only reason it would be Darkside Phil with an I is if I was referencing Star Wars, which I'm not. But a lot of people have that misconception. Just the other day, actually, it was funny. I was playing Knights of the Old Republic, and a new viewer came in and said, oh, you know, I was just looking for someone playing a Star Wars game. I saw you playing it, and I was curious, you know, do you like, you know, do you always do dark side playthroughs when you play Star Wars because that's your name? And I was like, actually, no, my name has nothing whatsoever to do with Star Wars. It's something that I used for, you know, at this point, about 20 years. You know, I started using it in the early 2000s in the Street Fighter community. But, yes, thank you for the dollar tip, PW Dubs. I realize you're just joking, obviously. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do some shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week. Thank you very much to those who cheered this week so far. The week is young, as you know. I only streamed one day so far this week, Monday, and, you know, I had my break yesterday. So now we're back, and it should be a great week. Thank you to everyone who's cheered so far. Here we go. And, wow, a quintuple tie, a five-way tie between Raging Pyro, Cosmic Graham 33, Sundance McGee 69, Spartan King, and Delancius. Everyone tied for basically, like, last place. So that would be 6th place because it's a five-way tie. All right? In 5th place so far this week, Bagel Goose. 4th place is Magnus Flamebeard. 3rd place, Pepe Sylvia Jr. 2nd place, Mr. Papavera. And in 1st place, Chunky Jack 301. So thank you guys very much for your support so far this week. Much appreciated. Oops. Oh, shit, I misclicked. Now, also, there's a few people who have gifted subs so far this week, and I'd like to say thank you to you guys for that. Thanks to the following people: Super Slade, Frenolith, and Alfred Aponte. Thank you all for gifting subs to the channel. That helps a lot. By the way, guys, you might have noticed subs have plummeted a little bit. I say plummeted, didn't really plummet, but subs went down a little bit during my day away. Perfectly fine. That's to be expected. When I'm not here, people are not going to resub. Chances are a lot of the people who had subs expire in the last day may swing by today and resub or in the next couple of days since I'll be streaming. So no worries that we lost some subs during the break. Now we're back to business, and hopefully we'll get that back up. Okay? All right. Albert Aponte just sent me $3.40. He says, welcome back, Phil. I hope the support helps you on your day off. Take care. Did you actually get the entire $3? I can check. I can definitely check. Hold on a second. Let's see. Since you ask, let me check. Let's see. Because what we're trying to do is figure out exactly what fees are on PayPal for tips. You know, some people trying to help me out to make sure I get the full amount they're trying to send me. Let's see. Actually, yes, Alfred, I received exactly $3. So apparently, if you're trying to send a $3 tip, if you send $3.40, it covers perfectly the processing fees. So there you go. There's your answer. All right, that was luck, I guess, but it hit it dead on, right? Dead on exact. So thank you for that, Alfred. I appreciate that very much, man. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not add that? I didn't add that. Oops. Sorry, Alfred. You're the top tipper of the day. Boy, I'm stupid. Let me add that. Let me get you up on the leaderboard. Oh, shit. I almost dropped my keyboard. Flew off the edge of my love seat. That's $3.40. That gets us up to $8 in tips so far today. Thank you very much, Alfred. Again, the best way to contribute today is by tipping me, guys, so please consider it if you can. Okay? All right, so that's going to be it. All right, thank you, guys. Good pre-stream. Looks like, no more questions and, no more contributions coming in. So it looks like we're going to jump into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Are you guys ready? I hope you are. I hope you're ready for DBZ fun. If I remember correctly, what we were doing is we were doing some training missions because we were waiting to see if the Dragon Balls would regenerate and we could do maybe one more summon before we move on to the next leg of the story. We're doing some training missions for the characters, the leftover trainings, to unlock their higher level moves. So, we'll see. We'll take a look here. We'll see what's left to do in the side content. Okay? And, sounds good. Am I going to unban Rumble if he sends an apology? He's already unbanned. He's already unbanned. He was actually unbanned at the end of the stream. So, there you go. Cold Zero just did a 50-bit cheer. He says, can you please play Frostpunk? I have no idea what that is. Frostpunk? That one went right over my head because I've never heard of it. So, I guess the answer is no. Unless it's explained to me what this game is and why I would want to play it. I guess not. Never heard of it. I don't even know if it's a new game, an old game. Don't know anything about Frostpunk. First time even hearing about it. So. Okay. Are you guys ready? I hope you guys are ready for DBZ. All right. Thank you guys very much for the support. And I think it's time to jump in. Actually, if I can find my phone charge cable. So I could get this charging during the gameplay. Frostpunk is a city-building survival game developed and published by 11-Bit Studios. Released for Windows in April 2018. Released for PS4. Well, it scrolled off the screen. Oh, October 2019. If it's city-building, I probably don't want to do it. If it's like a sim game, city-building, that sounds like it would be like a late-night chill stream or something. But it's probably nothing I want to do. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta get the blood flowing. Gotta get that blood flowing. Oh, for today's Dragon Ball stream. Well, shout out to Motherfucker Jones, who just did a 6-month resubs at it's over 9,000. Isn't that over 9,000 quote? What was that? I'm trying to remember what point in the anime that happens. Is that the Saiyan saga? Or is that's not the Frieza saga? Because by then everyone has power levels over 9,000, right? I think that's the Saiyan saga. But they cut that quote out. Oh yeah, it wasn't I just realized it wasn't in the game. Okay. Alright guys, so let's end the pre-stream. Let's get started. Let's jump in, shall we? Hope you guys are ready for some fun today, okay? Alright, thanks, and let's do this.